and then let's hit the basics. No, I have no. My topics is cool, and then the basics.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. Welcome, everyone. Tico Casamayor here at the Strive 305 podcast with my wonderful co-host, Irvans Agustin from Urban Impact Labs. And look what we have here today. We not only have the state rep, Tom Fabricio, we have Laura Fabricio, his beautiful wife. So we weren't expecting her to be here today, so we're basically going to change this.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. We're going to change this podcast
Under
completely.
duress, but you know.
We're going to have her here and completely make it all about her.
Yes.
Forget this guy.
Oh, no.
We're sick of hearing him talk.
Who's this again?
Yeah, some guy.
That's right.
We don't know. He was on the streets. I think he carries her bag.
Yes.
But anyway,
Accurate.
before we get going, I pre-introduced our guest, but that's okay. My quick thank yous. I want to thank the Miami-Dade County, Mayor Levin Cava for the Strive 305 podcast and
Community
giving us
news.
this vehicle, Community News, our boys, Grant Miller and Michael Miller for the spot. They're the ones that provide the space for us. And, our district commissioner. Our district commissioner is Rene Garcia, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we can thank District Commissioner Senator Rene Garcia, which I actually ran into him yesterday on the way to the Veterans Parade. I almost ran him over, but I did run into And I liked what he said. I go, when I want to grow up, I want to be you, because that
That's
was
right.
convertible. It was a beautiful day, so it was a beautiful Veterans Parade, too, as well. Okay, so those are our thank yous. Our guest I introduced, very exciting. Let me introduce our sponsor. We have a sponsor today.
Who's our sponsor today?
It's OxyFresh. And you're thinking, what's OxyFresh? If you guys would be able to see the floor here, you'd see that this rug needs cleaning because it's nasty. So many people have walked through here.
I think that's Grant's fault.
Exactly, but we got to introduce him to OxyFresh. Justin, come in really quick so everybody can meet you. This is Justin Ratcliffe.
Hello.
He's with
How you doing,
OxyFresh. Justin, really quick, what do you guys do? Talking to the mic because I get in trouble.
OxyFresh. I bought a franchise about 18 months ago. We clean carpet, we clean tile and grout, we clean rugs, and we clean furniture.
Excellent. Now, I know in my town he does all the Vicky bakeries, cow bakeries.
Yes, sir.
You know, all those bakeries are super happy because you know how those places get with volume and traffic.
Lot of
So if you know, how do we get in touch with you? Say it into the mic. How do people get in touch with you?
Really, you can go to oxyfresh.com or you can just call my cell phone directly, 305-742-6824. That's probably the best.
305-742-6824.
6824.
Oxyfresh.com.
Yeah, Oxy with an I. O-X-I, fresh.
But your franchise, where's your franchise located?
My franchise is South Florida. It's
South Florida
South-
franchise,
It's an area, yeah.
Oxyfresh.com, South Florida?
Yeah, it's you can't find my particular territory
Yeah.
like on the website, but
Once you
yeah,
put your
my-
address in locally here, you're the one that we would contact?
yes, if my real territory is Southwest Broward, so I have
Yeah.
Miramar, Pines, Davie, Hollywood, and I have a small portion of Miami Lakes, Palm Springs North. So that's my
All right.
actual
Dade County.
territory.
Just call his number. What's your Instagram?
Oh, Instagram's easier. It's OxyFresh, O-X-I, fresh, and then my first name, Justin.
So OxyFresh Justin, look him up there, DM him, and he'll take care of you. Trust me, it's worth it. You should see my friend's couch, Helen Costa. She's an attorney. We all know her. He did half her couch, and the other half the couch was black. The other half of the couch was white. That's how disgusting her couch is. I don't think she bathes very
I
much.
didn't actually
I
just
was
do
say, what
half the
type of
couch.
lauder she
Well, we
practice?
took a picture of half the
Well,
couch.
yeah, I didn't exactly do half the couch. I did a strip right in the middle just to show.
Just to show?
Took a quick pic, and then I opted to clean the whole thing. So.
Beautiful. Okay, get out.
Okay.
We're running out of the representative's time. Okay,
Thanks for
I did all
sponsoring
my
us
shout outs.
today.
I got one more before you take over and
What
do
you
your
got?
professional podcast. You're not going to believe this one. This one's good. I might say this before every podcast now. I got a message from a viewer, and they tell me, Tigo, when you talk, you hit the table. You know, I get, Cubans, well, whatever, and I do this a lot. Apparently the microphone picks up, and sometimes they can't hear some of the words. They miss some of the words, and they're
Yeah.
so interested in listening to the words that they send me a message. Please be careful when you hit, because then sometimes we don't hear what you're saying. Can you imagine? But get who the Archie Bartel, a Sharon Williams executive for the whole United States. So he's like a big dog. That guy sends me the message, and he lives in Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
Do you
Cleveland?
realize that we're being watched in Cleveland? I was in shock.
Cleveland
when I heard
rocks.
that, I'm like, I loved it. So thank you, Archie, for your message. I'm doing my best. I realize I've been hitting the table this whole
It's
beginning.
the
but I'm
coffee. I told you about that.
whatever. What do you want me to do? I'm Cuban. I got to drink coffee. I got to represent. Vicky
We are
Baker,
very
Cal
emotive
Baker.
people.
You gotta hold your hands together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
you all
the
do.
trick.
People are going to say I'm overly religious because I'm praying too much.
You need prayer, though. You do need prayer. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
God. All right, let me introduce our guest again correctly so that you can take over, Bonds. Okay, so Tom Fabrizio, State Representative.
Yes, sir.
And look, I have a whole, I'm going to do it again. I have a whole list of accolades from him here, but I'm not
Well,
going to
let's
read
hear
them.
it. You're not
Because
gonna
everybody
hear
knows that crap about him. I'm going to give you my own personal
I don't
accolade.
know.
I'm going to give you
I
my own
just read
personal
it.
one. Fine, I'll read it after, but I want to give you my personal one.
Let's hear
So
it.
election times, right? You know, election times, everybody's, all the politicians are at all the different things. The elderly affairs committees, these things, you know, helping out.
We're in
They're all
election
helping
right
out.
now.
They're
We
all
got
there.
election tomorrow.
I know, and go look and see where everybody's out there helping somebody, right?
Yeah.
For years, I was at the Elderly Affairs Committee, always going to help them because I became friends with them during COVID.
Sure.
I started giving out food. Don't ask me why. I'm not a politician and I'm not a nice guy. I just started giving out food with them, and I became friends with Dottie Wicks,
Is it
Little Fiallo.
work release type program?
Yes, and then I saw, and I go, wow, this is cool. Look at all the politicians. They come and help. You guys were always there, and then after COVID, they were always there and always there. Then the elections hit, and it really got crazy. Everybody's always helping. The elections are over. He won. He swept his election, and it's done. The week later, I go, and it happens every year. I go to my next event, and there's not one politician in sight. There's just flies there because they don't go. They're done. They don't need it anymore. But this time, both of these two were there. I actually went up to you and said, why are you here? You already won. So that's the accolades that I'm
That's
talking
how you
about.
met them.
That's a person that does it because of his heart, not because he wants to
Not
be
so
the
much your
state rep
votes.
or he wants to be this guy. That, to me, was the coolest thing I ever saw.
That is
Very
commendable.
few, or if any,
Thank you.
do I see that.
Thank
I'll
you.
give it to Renee. Renee's another one that's similar. He doesn't stop no matter what. But you guys literally went for the election, and then you were the only ones there the next time. I don't
right.
want to mention any of the other guys because they'll kill me. But
They know who they are.
I can't deny it because I told them. I actually went up to
Yeah.
both of you and I go, I can't
You
believe
did.
you're here. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So anyways, that is better than saying he's a member of the Florida House of Representatives from the 110th District, which includes the town of Miami Lakes, Palm Springs, North, the Country Club of Miami,
Not when you
Hialeah.
read it like that.
He's an attorney at the Fabrizio Law Firm with his wife, Laura.
Here she is.
So she's the one that does all the work, makes all the money while he's out there being a politician. And apparently the law firm does very well. It's
Yeah,
doing
thank
really
you.
good.
What
right?
type of law do you guys practice?
So we focus, real estate litigation is my baby. That's real estate is my thing. That's what I really, really love to do. We take on a lot of other things. The one thing I won't touch is criminal, and I definitely won't touch immigration. I don't want it. It's one of those things that I refer to good people in the community. We have a lot of friends that do that kind of work. They've been doing it for 20 years or
Yeah.
so. Not that I want to say how old I am, but it's something that it's not our field. So I prefer to give it to somebody who has the experience. Everything else we take on and we try to help people. That's really the bottom line.
That's amazing. And
You have a title company too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
oh, and you guys have been partners, right?
Yes.
We've been right. Before the election, we worked at very large statewide law firms. After I got elected, I took a year off from the law firm and went on, just focused on legislation. Following that, cases just started coming in. And so I opened up the law firm, and more cases were coming in. And I brought Laura on, and I asked her, I had first asked her to marry me years ago. She said yes.
Good move.
And then, yes, very good move. And then when I asked her to join me in the law firm, she said yes again. So she came in, and we've been doing very well. We do all sorts of civil litigation, construction defect, all sorts of different things.
That's amazing.
And
I didn't
it's been
realize
good.
you were also a small business owner.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
That's amazing. And what inspired you to go run for office?
So I was working for a large law firm doing appellate work and litigation, traveling throughout the state. And I wanted to do something that would be able to improve my community, specifically where I lived. At the time, we lived in Southwest Miramar, and I wanted to get involved in government. At that time, I had been doing a planning and zoning advisory board, and then at the county level in Broward County, because we were in Broward, I was part of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and then Broward County appointed me to their Charter Review Commission. So I got interested in legislating, in being able to see policy at a certain level and being able to balance things out and make sure it works for everyone, for property owners, for renters, for business owners, to make sure that everybody gets their fair share, isn't overtaxed, but has appropriate resources from the community. And then a friend of mine was our state rep, Manny Diaz Jr., and he moved over to the Senate. And then there was a opportunity for me to run for the House, and I did. And I knocked on 20,000 doors in my community in Palm Springs
Literally?
North. Yeah, literally. I knocked on 20,000 doors.
People say they do have.
No, I have the numbers.
Oh, he
No,
did.
I knocked on. It was actually
That's
like
commendable.
it was about 21,300 and change. So I bet you I knocked on his door, and we did well. My team knocked.
Mr. OxyFresh.
Yes, absolutely. Very clean house. And then the team overall did 50,000 doors, and we got a large support from the community. The community came out. A lot of the folks in the community didn't really understand what the state legislature was.
Yeah.
People would ask me,
People
"Hey,
always think that politics is local, but
right?" And it
yeah.
is. But people would ask me, "Hey, are you running for Congress or are you running for city council? Like, what is it?" And I was like, "No, I'm state legislature. It's like Congress, but for the state." And then we would have conversations. I would ask what they were interested in, what their issues were. People were focusing mainly on federal issues at the time, and we would talk about it. And then I would ask them, "Listen, I would be humbled if you'd consider voting for me." And they would say, "Yeah," and we kept going. So door after door, it was, and that was during COVID time. So we were
Yeah.
talking to a lot of folks. And we got a good support, and we had an overwhelming win.
That's amazing. And again, as small business owners, and like, so you have 2 full-time jobs.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
like. What is it that you wish small businesses actually understood at what you're doing from your position at the state level, but then still meeting them at their homes? Like, what is it you wish that, like 3 things you wish they understood?
Well, I'll tell you, look, right now, one thing that I think is critically important, one thing that we passed last year. So in the legislature, I'm the vice chair of the Ways and Means Committee. So Ways and Means is how we tax people, right? The ways and the means by which the revenue of the state is collected. And one thing that I've worked on over the last several years, the legislature has been working on it since 2017, but I've focused on it in that committee, is reducing the business rent tax. So until...
What does that mean for those who don't know?
All right, so in Florida was the only state in the nation that charged business tenants sales tax on their rents. So every month, part of your rent is sales tax that has to be paid to the Department of Revenue to the state of Florida. So the only state in the nation that does it.
Really?
That's right. So we
Yeah,
worked.
right?
We worked hard.
No, and I have
and-
comments for that one
Yeah.
too when he's done, because that's my only thing was
Yeah.
here, because that's what he did. Watch, go.
So we worked on it back in 2017. Before I got there, the legislature took a first step and took a chunk out of it. Then in 2021, they took another chunk out of it. But that last chunk remained, and we kept charging business renters, that sales tax. So this last legislative session, there was a lot of back and forth over many things. But one thing that we found that there was agreement across the board was that we were able to eliminate 100% that business rent tax. So as of October 1, businesses the landlords no longer have to pay that tax, and they're not allowed to charge that tax to the tenants. So the way that it works out, and not to get into the weeds, but if you are a business renter, your lease has language in there that talks about the part of the lease that goes towards your sales tax. So that portion fell off as of October 1, and you no longer need to pay that to your landlord. So that's been that's huge across the board here in Miami-Dade County and throughout the state of Florida. So that's a wonderful win. That puts Florida in line with the other 49 states, and it's an actual savings to businesses and to business owners.
Okay, can I translate that as being a landlord?
please.
What does that mean to you?
I'm going to tell you, because I'm a landlord, and do I pay rent? No, I don't pay rent anymore, but I'm a landlord. But paying rent, think about that. So suddenly, I just gave a discount to all my tenants.
That's right.
That's right.
You look
So
like a
they're
good guy now.
ecstatic. And they don't even, some of them didn't even know it. That they sent me the pay. I go, no, I need a new check minus the tax. Why? Because as of October 1st, I don't charge you sales tax anymore. Oh my God, they're in heaven. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So besides that, the reduction now makes it a lot easier to try to rent for people that couldn't afford to rent. You know,
Yeah,
that
bring the
little bit.
price down,
It's
yeah.
not a little when the rent numbers are big.
Yeah.
But that was a huge thing for me. But another thing that I realized that we're going to have to get the word out, that's what I'm trying to get here, is that as a landlord, Some of my tenants didn't know.
That's right.
I
could have
didn't
continued.
know.
I could have continued to charge the same amount.
Yeah.
And not have to put. Now I just raised my rent.
Right.
Right. Without having them not even realizing I did, because now I keep that money. I don't have to send it, report it or send it to the sales tax.
Yeah.
But another thing I found out, that's illegal.
That's right. That is illegal.
So it's not like if because a lot of people will do it. They go, oh, continue to.
So people need to go review their leases. Is
That's
what
right.
you're
Yes.
saying.
But nobody knows. It's very
Yeah.
hard. I mean, very few people know. I know because my bookkeeper is a nutcase, and she she told me for me.
Yeah.
But it's things that even if you heard it and you heard it in the news, you don't know when it takes effect
That's
or
right.
if it's taking effect. You assume it'll be next year, but no, October 1st. Ever since that date, that's it. That's when it stops. But you've got to be careful. I have one of my vendors, 15,000 square foot, and he's telling me he's struggling. I go, well, the savings should have benefited you this last month. No,
Yeah.
he paid it. He had no
Right.
idea. So I go call your guy because
He should be able to get a credit back from his landlord for having overpaid rent for that month.
Yes.
So
And
what
he
I
can
tell
tell his-
people,
go.
I tell people, I mean, we've talked about it. It's been in the news and the media, but the man on the street doesn't really understand that oftentimes. So that's why we have to have podcasts like these to talk about it.
Yeah.
So people can hear more about it. I tell people to call my office if they have any questions. My office number here at my district office for the state of Florida here in Miami Lakes, the phone number is 305-564-4980. And one of the most important things that I think we do in my office, and all state reps do it, so I'm not taking away from anybody else, but we really focus on it, and I think it's the most important thing that any state rep can do, is provide constituent services. Because we, as a state rep, I can bridge the gap from Floridians, people who live in my district, and actually I talk to people statewide, from Santa Rosa County, Okaloosa, Jacksonville, down to the Keys, and I can bridge the gap between them and the state of Florida, because I can call state agencies and I can help move their cases along. I could bring light to their issues. There's a lot that we can do. So I ask folks to, with issues like this, with any pending legislation, with any kind of situation where there is a state of Florida agency involved, like Department of Highway Safety, Motor Vehicles, Department of Transit, Department of Revenue. We deal with Department of Revenue heavily for business tax issues and whatnot. And we can call these agencies and we can help bring light to what their issue is. We can, if there's a log jam between them and the state, we can dislodge that log jam, and we can oftentimes resolve problems that arise out of miscommunications. So that's something that I'm really proud of doing. We've worked on that heavily. One of the issues that I focused on in the legislature is property insurance. So I help people talk to the Office of Insurance Regulation to make sure that their insurance premiums are correct or in line, or they're getting the coverages they need. So we're there to help. We take a good number of phone calls every day and every week, and we've closed a lot of problems. And we even, we helped at the municipal levels. We've helped with folks with Section 8 housing. We've helped with people who can't get their passports. And so, of course, we do that through our federal
that
agencies.
sounds like an immigration thing, which she doesn't.
She doesn't do it.
She doesn't do it.
But we contact our dear friend Mario Diaz-Balart and his office. Before Marco Rubio changed roles, we were speaking with his office very regularly. Now we speak to Ashley Moody and Rick Scott's office, and we're able to solve these problems for folks. And honestly, my view personally, it's a blessing to be able to fix these people's problems. Whenever you can have somebody who felt that they were hitting a concrete wall and they couldn't move any further, and we're able to fix that problem for them as their local elected official, for me, it's a huge win.
Yeah,
Agree.
that's what I say all the time. People ask me, "What do you do? Why do you do what I do?" Right? Because I have no reason. You have a reason. I have no reason. It's that. It's when you hear somebody tell you, "Oh my God, thank you. What you did saved me, helped me with this." So I
Right.
get the reason you guys do what you do, because if you really do love that. I know in some cases it's political moves is to grow, but when you actually, and that's why I know that they are like that for real. That's why I told you.
Yeah.
But that's the best feeling in the world.
Yep.
To hear the thank you. At first you're going to get the screams and yells, and that's funny because I get them already. Because and I go, why are you telling me? No, I don't know. They told me to tell you because you know. And I go, okay, sure. And you remember the team we had here with the water problem from the city of Hialeah?
Yeah, last week.
The other that we had? Yeah, we had a meeting. I didn't even know I could pull that off.
Right.
She had a meeting. We had 2 people from Durham, 2 people from the city of Hialeah, 2 people from the county, the business owner, and me, which I didn't belong in the call, but whatever, I listened. It was unbelievable. And the knowledge and the information.
Right.
And all she had to do, she's been going, a year?
Yeah, you said she was
Dealing
like
with
a year.
a water moratorium where she can't open her business. You know, she's expanded. She can't open it because she can't get the lights because of the pump is in a water moratorium. So she can't get the numbers that she needs to be able to open. For a year, she's been going at it. No response. Can't get anybody. So I got all these people on the phone for her, and they explained the whole thing. It didn't get solved because there's nothing they can do until the pump gets fixed. But at least she had the 6 people. Now she feels like I get the
feel
phone
like somebody
call.
listened to her and actually was
Thank
able
you,
to
I
do
understand.
She was
Now
heard.
she knows
She was
that
seen.
that in December they're planning on getting the pump up to date. So now she has a date.
That's good.
So she can decide if to spend it. It's going to cost her 20 grand to fix the property, but she doesn't want to until she knows. I think now she feels comfortable enough that she can actually go ahead and do the building. She knows the pump should be up and running to full, and she can get her CO. And
But
then
knowing is half the battle, and like you can actually plan.
But
if
that
you don't have a
moment in
deadline
time when
or
I'm
time.
sitting there going, oh my God, look at all these people on the phone.
Yeah.
I go, do they want to kill me? But they didn't. They were
No.
super proud of saying what they knew, and the knowledge that they had was incredible. You know, how they're talking, and they're talking amongst themselves. We're just, her and the owner are just listening because we don't understand but they're talking about the pump and the reason and the gallons and why Durham, and Durham has a list, something section 24 or something that shows all the list of how much per gallon each kind of business, you know, is given. And things I never knew that I know
Tico,
now.
you are the glue that brought those people together.
Yes.
And the glue is so
Yes.
important.
Yes.
But I was
So thank
afraid
you
that
for
they were
doing that.
being upset at each, but they
No.
weren't. They were happy
Yeah.
to share their knowledge. And I told them all of them afterwards, like, I'm so impressed. I'm so proud that you are all my Durham and that you're my Dade County and that you're my, you know, because of, it's incredible what you guys know. And they got to share it. Like the girl that came on the podcast, Yesenia, she's City Hialeah business tax, the
Sure.
girl, Yesenia Gruick.
Of course.
That girl is so proud of what she does and does it so hardcore and so happy about it that when she came, she was like, yes, I would love to. And then she does it con gusto, and
Of
to say it in
course.
Spanish, you know?
Yeah, with
and she was
pride
one of the
and-
ones on the
yeah.
call. Yeah, and she was and excited to do it. So I was afraid they'd all get mad because we're calling them out. But no, the opposite. They were all happy to be there and happy to tell the lady. And
It's the opposite usually, because I think like even in the work that we do, the thing is like you have to lean into some of these messy situations.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times elected officials at different levels don't, because it's a messy conversation, and half of it to start off really is emotion, but you have to listen. So I commend you guys for taking the time to actually go out, and you too, Tico, just going out and listening to people, let
I
them
want
get over
to
that.
say to Archie out in Cleveland watching that his hands are hitting the table.
I'm
It's
not hitting the table. Nobody's
No,
hitting the
but you're
table.
still.
No,
I
you're hitting
think
the
it
table.
picks up that movement because
I can move my
Anthony
hands.
has the mic so sensitive, you know, that if you know, I'm afraid to do anything inappropriate. You know, imagine if I passed gas and it came out on this thing, how embarrassing that would be. So I would
you.
never do it anymore. I hold it now because I was look, I touched the table again.
not-
I'm freaking out. I can't work like this. I need something to touch.
You need mittens.
I need something to hit.
It's the coffee.
Whatever, but you're doing it. Stop doing it.
I'm just touching the table.
All right, sorry. Continue, because we're going to run out of time and you're going to get mad at me. My big thing was the business tax thing. Oh,
That is huge.
I have one more question on the business
Sure.
tax that you share
Good
with
thing
me
he had nothing
that
to
I want
say,
you to
right?
know. I want everybody to know. Pay attention, Irvans. Again, so
I'm trying to talk
the
to
money
them.
that we're not paying now in sales tax on the rent, everybody's going to be freaked out. Oh, where's that money going to, or where are we going to get that money from now? Who's getting hurt? But there is a place where that's coming from.
Right. The original solution to that had to do with the collection of internet sales tax dollars. So when you buy things on the internet, there is of course sales tax. However, some of that hadn't been getting collected for some time. So the state found that by actually collecting it, it was on the books, that more than satisfied the money that was.
So Amazon is paying for all this.
Well, I mean, the idea is when you go if you go to Target and you buy a notebook or whatever at Target, you pay sales tax.
Right.
So that same sales tax applies when you buy it from Amazon.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. But it makes a huge difference because I don't know the percentage or the numbers, but I buy so much more of my things because of the convenience, and then that's a whole section of money and percentage of money that doesn't get taxed. But like now, it's
That's
getting
right.
taxed properly now.
Right. It wasn't cleanly being done across the board, and now it is.
Yeah.
And that filled that gap and allowed the state to allow business renters and business landlords to not have to either pay that tax up to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so point being for people like that are going to complain, oh yeah, that money's gone, so where are we losing? We're not. It basically balances out.
Yeah.
Right.
So that help did not hurt.
No, but it helps the
because we
small
cleaned up something
businesses
on the other
here,
side.
and it has much more of an impact.
That's right.
Right,
So that
right.
is
But
good.
I know that there's always the, when you cut something,
No, you're right.
where's that money coming from now? right? Oh, I
is
did
true.
I just hit the microphone again. But where it comes, it's the hands, people. I'm sorry. So, but you get it now. This is compensated,
Yeah.
so it's a beautiful thing all the way across the
No,
board.
that is great to know.
I think that was so. It is kind of a technical thing
Mm-hmm.
that we did that we eliminated the business rent tax, but I think it's one of the more important things that we did last legislative session.
God, it's gold. It's
Yeah.
really, really good.
What are you excited
you.
about now? Like looking forward?
We're going. So I'm actually after this podcast, I'm going straight to the airport and flying to Tallahassee. We're going to be in committee weeks this week, and next week. Then we'll be in committee weeks for 2 weeks in December, and then we start the legislative session January 13, on or about that date. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. There are a bunch of different issues. From potentially redistricting, congressional redistricting. There's a bunch of other like high-level things that we're looking at, and the legislative battle is getting ready to begin. So there's a lot to look at.
Awesome.
Crazy, right? And then, so you basically, he's gone for a week, and they have two beautiful, gorgeous little girls and daughters. So the sacrifice that he's doing is not, it's big.
Right.
It's a big thing. It affects the family. In my case, my wife would be ecstatic to have me gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Laura would love to have Tom. I was going to say Tom, the state rep at home instead of in freaking Tallahassee for so long.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
it is a sacrifice. We all make the sacrifice, but I always tell my friends who ask me, how do you do it? How are you okay with it? Because let's be honest, when there's two women who are talking, it gets real. And they say, how are you okay with it? And I said, he's not out playing golf. He's not gambling. He's not with the boys. He's doing something that's going to affect everybody in Florida. He's doing it for good. So how can I not support that? It's a no-brainer. And we've gotten our lives. He calls me his everything partner. So we've.
In fact, true.
I'm going to write that down. I'm going to call my wife that tonight.
I call him the boss.
Well, he calls me the boss, but he does say my everything partner. So of course we've gotten into a groove of when he's in Tallahassee, I take over everything. From the girls' schedules, which they have a very busy, active social life, to schooling, and because we homeschool, to our businesses, and then just everything in
You
between.
homeschool too?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We like to go up to
Yeah.
Tallahassee together.
Yeah.
So for session, the whole family goes up, and the only way we could figure out how to do that was to homeschool.
No, I totally hear that, but it's really just more. You're gonna have to clone yourself. That's like.
I've said that before. I said, there should be 3 of me.
We use
Can you
Florida
make that
Virtual.
one of your legislative services? Figure out cloning real quick.
What I'll tell you, our girls do homeschool through Florida Virtual.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's teachers involved and whatnot because we are busy.
Yeah.
But they are home with us and they get to travel with us.
No, I have
back
several
and forth.
friends who have done it too, but it's just still.
We're
It's
still
work.
home.
It's an undertaking, but it's good and it's important. Our girls are able to be in Tallahassee with us during the legislative session, which I believe is a very valuable civics lesson for them.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And
And they interact with other people that are from around the state, which would
yeah,
not
get
happen
perspective on
otherwise.
stuff that you would never get.
Correct.
Massive
Yeah.
perspective.
And that's real. That's real cool.
Yeah.
There are future politicians.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. Just like a baseball player has
but
their
they
kid with them in the
have
park. and-
they actually have experience. A lot
That's what
of
I'm saying.
other
When they're
politicians
there,
don't.
they're going to be ready. Not like just people that randomly jump in. People, you should be a politician. I go, yeah, I'm going to go and be a politician. I don't know how to be a politician. All I know how to do is talk.
I think Tico is a
That's
natural
all they do.
politician.
Yeah.
On that side of
He
it.
may be a write-in candidate that he doesn't even know people are writing him in.
I think to care is really the number one qualification. It really is. When you don't care, people see through that.
Yeah.
So for you, I think you would be good.
In that part, yeah, but I'm not smart enough. I would need Vance to be my co-candidate.
I don't know.
He's the
I'll
brains.
show up. I just know how to ask for help and read. That's all I can do.
Okay, look, I want to bring up
Thank you.
something else since this thing is here. Graham Miller,
Yes, sir.
can you join us really quick?
He's in the building again.
I'm in the building.
Yes, because I believe
Grant.
there's some history
Hey,
with our
Grant.
state rep,
My favorite
My
state.
friend, how are you? Good to see you.
his beautiful wife Laura.
Oh my!
Nice to
He
meet you.
talks about you all the time. That
Thank
he
you.
can't do anything if it wasn't for you.
Accurate.
Yes, everything partner. he calls me.
Well, listen. If you weren't a good partner, he would not be a good state rep.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's also
Appreciate
true.
that.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
It's 100% true. You're only as good
You're
as
always telling me there's
only as
something
good as your weakest link.
with,
That's right.
with the state rep but I don't know if it's true enough. It's
His
one of your
father,
lies.
when he retired from the Miami Herald, came to work here part time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Did you know that?
Remember-
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for I don't know how many years. It seemed like forever.
Yes.
and then he came to the office, didn't come to the office, and life's good.
Yeah,
You know why he wears a hat, don't you?
I do.
What? It's perfect. Look, I admit it. But I got a guy. I got a guy from Turkey coming here. Yeah. Look.
This guy.
You got Tico in your hands.
Yeah, I like that.
That does not sound sanitary.
It's impossible. It's impossible to host a professional podcast with all this around me. It's very inappropriate.
In any case,
One more thing I'd mention
Please.
is the most important bill that I filed for my community, for the folks in the town of Miami Lakes and in
Yes.
PSN, has to do with limestone quarry mining.
Oh, yes.
We do get some ground vibrations, and there's some
right there
homes
across
that
on the
are
other side of the
damaged.
highway.
And I'm sure our friend from OxyFresh feels it in his home. And it's a complicated problem. I filed bills on it every year. We've had a long 3-hour hearing on it about a year and a half ago in the legislative session. And we're continuing to work on that issue. It's a complicated issue because it impacts the state's economy, because road building and construction depends on the cost of concrete product. However, the homes in Northwest Miami-Dade County and Southwest Broward are being impacted. So we're trying to find a level ground where there can be a win-win there.
Yeah.
So that is for my community. For the folks in District 110, Northwest Miami-Dade County, that is the most important issue that we work on, and I am excited to work on that this year.
that's amazing. And please consider us as a resource. And again, as part of the Strive Through the 5 Hub. I can never say that's right. Strive Through the 5 Hub. It really is about engaging and reaching into the small business community, and all those businesses are individuals, right?
Sure.
And I actually learned a lot today about several things I didn't know about, and we're happy to share that information as well. So thanks for taking the time and for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and great meeting you.
Yeah, pleasure is ours
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was. I knew it was going to be great. I knew you guys were going to be great, and I'm glad we got to get Laura on here too. Look at that.
Under duress.
Yeah.
Under duress.
She's better than I am to be here. So.
No, 100% and prettier. You're welcome, Miami-Dade County,
Yes.
Cleveland. Welcome everybody.
Yes.
And thank you, Laura, for,
Yes,
No,
thank
thank
you
you,
both.
guys.
for letting me coerce you into sitting next to
And
me.
where do we find your information on your law firm, actually?
So we are the Fabricio Law Firm. So it's, if you know the state rep, then you can find us easily. If you need to reach us quickly, then our phone number is 305-328-9112. That's
have a
our office.
website?
Yes, we do. So True Freedom Title, True Freedom. We love that name. That is our title company, and you can find us there on that website. And then, of course, Instagram, same thing, True Freedom.
Miami Lakes.
Awesome.
All right, that's it. We're
That's
done.
it.
We went out of
Keep
time.
it-
He put me out 1 second.
He has a
Only
plane
make
to
me
catch
feel
too,
good.
dude.
Yes, we got a plane to catch.
Tico, thank you. You're the best.
Please, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
And thank you
Thank you.
both. I appreciate it very much.
You just banged the table, dude.
Oh, I did the table. Sorry, Cleveland. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Cleveland. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you to all our beautiful guests. And, of course, Justin Ratcliffe, Amanda.